The current list of the 10 largest countries in the world by land area currently looks something like this. All these countries have a landmass of over 2 million square kilometers. However, in the coming years we may have a new entry to this list of the biggest sovereign nations. Further, this new entry would come about not through the union of multiple smaller nations, but instead by the breakaway of just a single state in an already huge country. If you're enjoying the video and would like to see more similar content, then like this video and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss future videos. To find this potential future nation, we take a trip down to the giant island of Australia. Australia is the 6th largest country in the world by total land area and is divided into 6 states, 2 internal territories, and multiple external territories. The largest of these states is Western Australia, which stretches from the Kimberley in the north to the Nullarbor region in the south. The present notion of Western Australia began its existence as a British colony, being originally settled by the British in 1829, and being established as a free colony forming part of the sizable British Empire at the time. In 1900, when the 6 separate self-governing Australian colonies of Western Australia, South Australia, New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland and Tasmania were in the process of uniting to create a federation of Australia, the residents of Western Australia voted, in a ratio of over 2-1, to unite with the other 5 colonies and form the unified Australian state. However, soon after this vote was ratified in the 1901 establishment of Australia, many citizens of Western Australia began to backtrack and have doubts over the original decision, with the Legislative Assembly of the state deeming that the Federation had been detrimental to the interest of Western Australia. Part of the skepticism around the Federation revolved around economic concerns, with Western Australia believing they contribute a disproportionate amount to the government relative to other states and contribute more in federal funds than they get back. This discontent simmered for several decades until it came to a boiling point in 1933 when a referendum was held in Western Australia asking citizens of the state if they wanted secession from the Australian Federation. A large majority of Western Australian voters, 68%, voted yes to the proposed breakaway and the establishment of an independent nation of WA. However, the United Kingdom still exerted large influence over Australia at the time, and after over a year of deliberation of the United Kingdom House of Commons, they overruled the democratic vote of WA citizens and rejected the secession. However, the secession movement has never disappeared from the Western Australian zeitgeist, with resurgences of the interest in 1974 and more recently during the COVID-19 pandemic, where a public opinion poll showed almost 1 in 3 Western Australians supported a breakaway. Potential barriers do still exist, possibly preventing the creation of an independent Western Australia, including governmental legislation and the lack of a written provision in the Australian Constitution allowing state secession. This leaves it unclear how a state exactly would progress in the situation that it desired a breakaway from the Federation. However, with a substantial number of the citizens of WA in favour of secession from the Australian Federation, what would it look like as an independent nation? Firstly, despite being just one of Australian states, it would remarkably still be in the top 10 largest countries in the world by total land area, with a size of almost 2.6 million square kilometers, ranking it above Algeria, which is 2.3 million square kilometers, but below Kazakhstan, 2.7 million square kilometers. Interestingly, the new Australian nation, Western Australia left behind, would still be the 6th largest country in the world. The newly founded Western Australian country would have a population of about 2.6 million inhabitants, making it the 140th most populous nation, just ahead of Moldova, despite being about 75 times larger. Given its geographic size and relatively low population, independent Western Australia would be incredibly sparsely populated, with a population density of just 1.03 people per square kilometre of land. This would make WA the least densely populated autonomous nation in the entire world, ranking below even Mongolia. Independent Western Australia would likely be a very affluent nation as well, as they already contribute 48% of Australia's mineral and energy output, 39% of Australia's merchandise exports, and 55% of Australia's exploration resources, despite making less than 10% of the total population. Additionally, almost half of all Australia's exports come from WA, and the state is the largest producer of iron ore anywhere in the world. What do you think? Is Australia stronger as a unified nation, or does Western Australian autonomy present the best future for the citizens of the wildflower state? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.